Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. We've got something from Penobscot Bay Brewery in Winterport, Maine. These guys are fairly new, established 2009, so they're only about a decade old at this point. This is Brownie Chocolate Milk Stout, 5.25% ABV. A group of cows is called a herd, yet this group of stouts is called a sold in 4-pack only. Well, guys, I hate to tell you, but there are some places around here that let you build your own custom 6-pack or even 4-pack. They'll do single prices, especially on beers that don't move as quickly. They'll split them up and try to sell them singly. I don't know if that was the case with this one. I think it was just set aside because there were, I don't know, somebody split up a 4-pack. Anyway, while cow tipping is discouraged, of course it is, tipping back our Brownie Chocolate Milk Stout is sure to please your palate. This just shy of decadent stout begins with an upfront cocoa flavor richness from Ghana cocoa nibs and follows with a creamy slight sweetness from milk sugar for texture and mouthfeel. At 41 IBUs and 5.25% ABV, Brownie is the perfect pairing for, say, chili or Mexican mole. It says M-O-L-E, mole, but I believe it's pronounced mole. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. And with chocolate chip cookies worth jumping over the moon for, we hear. Open your mouth and say, more. Okay, well. Not like they're overselling it or anything. Ooh. They even tapped the top. I shouldn't have gotten that much of an explosion out of it. And it's been in the fridge, so anyway. It does bode well for the carbonation in the beer, though. Not going to get too aggressive with the pour here because you saw what happened when I just opened the can. I don't think it'll take much to get it stirred up. And even not getting aggressive with the pour, I'm still going to have some trouble getting the whole can into this glass because I've created a pretty decent head on this, which means that it's a very effervescent beer because I always struggle with getting a good head on a beer, and look at that. Look at that. I'm going to let that go down a little bit. Try to fill it. I do smell chocolate from back here though, so that is encouraging. Right, there's still a decent amount in that can, so we're going to see what happens here. It's not completely black as midnight dark, which isn't necessarily a bad thing for a chocolate milk stout, but there is some light getting in around the edges of the glass, so it's more distinctly brown than it is black, which I typically like to see my stouts be completely black, but it's more about the flavor than the appearance. So yeah, with a brown color with a lot of, well, not a lot, but more light than expected for a stout coming through. Say it's got an interesting appearance. Doesn't look that thick as it was getting poured out, but that's not necessarily an indicator of mouthfeel either. But I am definitely getting chocolate in the aroma. Now it's interesting what's happening with the head on this beer because there was like this cavity that formed right in the middle of it. So the head is behaving a little oddly. I'm used to these things reducing evenly across the board, but yeah, right in the center where the pour happened, there seems to be a cavity that's widening. I know I'm spending an inordinate amount of time dealing with this head. I usually just move on, but this one's behaving a little oddly. Honestly, it looks a lot like sea foam. I don't know if you've ever been on a beach where sea foam's washed up and blowing around in the wind, but it's behaving a lot like sea foam. Anyway, can's empty now. The head's slowly going down. Stuck my nose right in it. Wow. Okay. Yeah. This is probably the last beer for the evening. But I am definitely getting a distinct chocolatey aroma, and it's got the character of chocolate milk. I mean, maybe a hint of grainy underneath that distinct chocolate milk aroma, but okay. It's got a medium light mouthfeel, so it's not as dense as I would have anticipated. But damned if that doesn't taste like a decent glass of chocolate milk with a grainy follow through. I've had some milk stouts, I've had some chocolate stouts, I've had some chocolate milk stouts, but I don't think I've ever had one that up front tasted so much like a decent chocolate milk. Now again, the mouthfeel is a little lighter than I would expect from a decent chocolate milk, but being a fat guy, I go for the chocolate milk that uses whole milk and a lot of chocolate syrup. So, you know. But yeah, between the aroma and the original taste, you're getting a solid chocolate milk flavor and smell. And then it fades to this toasty, malty flavor. A little bit of, like I said, a bit of graininess with some toasty overtones. Oof, pardon. Even on the back end, excuse me. And what comes up in the belch, it's closer to a chocolate milk than any beer I've ever had before. That's very, very interesting. I think I have to give this a 5 out of 5. It is unexpectedly close to the flavor of a chocolate milk. I mean, it's obviously not chocolate milk. I mean, you're not going to close your eyes and fool yourself into thinking that it's chocolate milk. It's not sweet enough. It's not creamy enough, but it's as close as you're going to get in beer form, I think, until I find something else that's closer. So a full-on 5 out of 5 for me. If you've had the beer, let me know if you think differently. Let me know if you think the same. Want to hear your thoughts on it. Hit me up down below in the comments or the email link. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, folks, keep it moving. Cheers. So many other things I could have said regarding moo. Lots of puns, lots of cow stuff to talk about, but it's as good as it gets. Every time you drive by a field full of cows, make sure to moo to let the whole fucking car know that there's cows out there. Otherwise, they might not notice.